Hello, my name is Kat, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, and that is October. It is spooky season, and that is when all the spooky, creepy, and fun things start to come out, and all of the best smells at Bath & Body Works. Genuinely, like, this is when the best scents at Bath & Body Works comes out. My current favorite scent is pumpkin spice latte, because it doesn't smell like a pumpkin spice latte. I almost said taste, have not licked it. But it smells really good, because my favorite candle around this time of year is hot cocoa and cream, I believe it is, and that it smells very similar but a little bit spicy. But anyway, I digress. It is the best time of the year. I love anything spooky and creepy and a little twisted, and it is, so I'm so excited. Granted, I don't need an excuse to watch a horror movie because horror is my favorite genre, but I mean, it's the best time to watch horror, right? But anyway, today I'm going to be doing kind of a fun, interesting video. At least it's fun and interesting to me, and hopefully it'll be fun and interesting to someone. So basically, have you ever watched a movie for like the 1000th time and finally seen something that you didn't notice before that blew your freaking mind, and now that you can't unsee it, you have to share it with everybody? Well, this has happened to me recently, where I have been watching like a few movies recently that I noticed something in it that my brain did not notice before, but for some reason did this time. And I decided I wanted to share it with you because it makes me very excited, and I love seeing those little Easter eggs or things that I didn't notice, because to me it makes the movie so much more fun, because it becomes kind of like a fun little scavenger hunt. So I'm going to share that with you. So today I'm going to be talking about Easter eggs or things that you might not have noticed in your favorite spooky movies or Halloween movies, I guess. So let's go. I forget how chaotic this wall is until I see it in the background of my videos. And then I realize, if you ever want to know what my brain looks like sometimes, like this is it. But anyway, so the first movie I'm going to talk about is actually Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is my favorite movie, one of my favorite Halloween movies. I'll actually watch it really any time of the year, but it's my favorite, or not my favorite, but one of my top 5 favorite Halloween movies. I've been obsessed with it since I was little, and so I've watched it so many times. I've actually been watching it a lot recently, and there was something that I noticed that I didn't notice before. And it was, okay, so in the scene in the beginning of the movie, when Max is in class and he's talking about the fact that Halloween was just a holiday created by candy companies, he's wearing a shirt that is tie-dyed, and it's green, purple, and red. And at first I thought, okay, it's just a tie-dye shirt, whatever. But then when you see the witches, you'll notice that their dresses are the same exact colors as his t-shirt. And so I was like, interesting. And so I decided to look into it, and actually I found out that the designer of the dresses and of the shirt actually used the same dye to create both costume pieces. But it's actually, the shirt is foreshadowing the witches returning and Max basically lighting the black candle. It is foreshadowing their return, and I never noticed that they were the same colors. But one day I was just watching the movie and I saw his shirt, and then I saw their dresses, and I was like, wait a second, those are the same exact colors. So was that their subtle way of being like, this is gonna happen, we're foreshadowing the witch's return? Another fun one that I found while I was looking his shirt up, basically, was the fact that the fountain that we see in Hocus Pocus and the buildings that we see in Hocus Pocus are the same exact fountain that you see in the beginning of Friends, in the song intro when they're dancing in the water and they're sitting in front of the fountain in a couch. It's the same exact fountain in the same exact buildings. I don't know how I didn't notice that. I'm sure there are so many people out there that are like, yeah, it's the same location. I didn't. Not me. So if you're like me and someone out there who didn't notice that, there you go. Now you can watch the movie and then you'll notice. The second fun Easter egg foreshadowing thing that I didn't notice before, But then I actually had to look this up because people have talked about how there's actually a lot of foreshadowing in Final Destination. Now, Final Destination, I believe, is a movie that has really screwed up a lot of millennials. I truly believe that it has. So, yeah. But anyway, in the very beginning of the movie, it actually foreshadows the way some of the characters are going to die. You just didn't notice it. And now you're going to, because I'm going to tell you. So in the beginning of the movie, Billy, one of the characters, the way that he dies, and this might be a spoiler alert, and I'm sorry, but the way that he dies is he gets his head sliced in half by a piece of metal that gets flung at him by a train. Now, this was a very kind of gruesome and scary death, and unexpected. But in the very, very beginning of the movie, when Billy is standing in the window and he's watching the plane fly away off to Paris and he's looking forlorn because he's been left behind, you can see the reflection of the plane and the lights going across his face in the same direction that the metal sliced his head in half. So that foreshadowed his death. Another one that I thought was really, really cool was Terry, who's the girlfriend of the jock dude. Can't remember his name. It's escaping me. She gets hit by a bus. It's not exactly a crazy death, but it is very much a jump scare death that you didn't expect. But she gets hit by a bus. In the beginning of the movie, when she's looking at her boyfriend and the main character dude that also I can't remember his name, if you look behind her, she's standing in front of a sign that has an advertisement for a bus company, foreshadowing the fact that she's going to get hit by a bus. And Todd is the main character's best friend, and in the movie when they're on the plane and the girls ask him to switch seats, Todd is basically telling him, no, I don't want to switch seats, I want to sit next to her, and then he decides to switch seats. He does this motion of like he's going to kill him, he's going to strangle him, and in the movie, Todd dies by getting a string wrapped around his neck, and he gets strangled in the shower. So, I haven't watched Final Destination in a really long time, but after I found this out, I had to watch it. And after noticing those little subtle foreshadowing moments, I was like, holy shit, there's probably so much more in this movie that I never noticed. And it's making me want to watch it again and like fine detail, because there's probably a lot of foreshadowing in this movie. But I find it really cool that they subtly placed these foreshadowing moments in the very beginning of the movie. So if you pay attention to the very beginning of the movie, you could possibly figure out how they're going to die before they die. So basically, you're kind of doing what they're doing, which is trying to prevent death's design and predict how they're going to die so they can escape. And the last one I'm going to talk about is the one that I'm the most excited about, because I noticed this and it's actually what inspired me to make this video, because I noticed this. So, a couple of days ago, I was taking a bubble bath, and I like to watch movies while I take a bubble bath, or I like to listen or watch YouTube videos. In this case, I decided I wanted to watch The Conjuring 2 while I was taking a bubble bath. You know, just girly things and relaxing things, as you do. And I was watching the movie, and while I was watching it, there's this scene where Lorraine and her daughter are sitting on their couch, and Lorraine is reading her Bible. And Lorraine's daughter stands up because she sees something, walks into the hallway, and Lorraine looks up to kind of be like, what are you doing? You know, and she looks up at her daughter. When she looks up, there is a bookcase, like, right next to her. And on this bookcase, if you look closely, there are letters on the shelves that spell out the demon's name in this movie. If you look closely. And it's really hard to notice because these letters blend in with the books on the bookshelf. But you can see them. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. And I was really excited. I actually had to rewind a couple of times to make sure that I was actually seeing what I was seeing. And I actually pulled a picture, I think, off of Google. And I put little arrows next to the letters so you can see it too. So I'm going to add it into this video so you can see it. Because it actually, like, I was actually really excited, which is kind of sad that this made me excited, but like, I thought it was really cool that I noticed it, and I was like, holy crap, like, has anybody seen this? And I showed my sister, and she had never seen it, and I was like really excited. So, yeah, so if you watch The Conjuring 2, which I think it's better than The Conjuring 1, to be honest. I think Conjuring, the first one, is really not a very good movie. Granted, the second one isn't the best movie, but it's better in my opinion. But anyway, if you watch the movie, there are little subtle hints, little Easter eggs, little things that they throw in that I didn't notice until after I noticed those letters. So you should definitely watch it and see if you can pick out the little Easter eggs, because a lot of horror movies do that. A lot of horror movies will pay homage to other horror movies that inspired it, or like horror movies that helped pave the way for what horror is now. So I think it's really cool, and you should definitely watch the movie and see if you can notice. So yeah, those are some Easter eggs or things that you might not have noticed in spooky or Halloween movies, or movies that you watch around this time of year. I don't know what this video is going to be called, to be honest. But those are some movies that I noticed some things, and then also had the help of Google to notice some things. And I think it's really cool. I love seeing Easter eggs or little background things that you might not have noticed before, because to me it makes the movie a lot more richer, a lot more interesting, and a lot more entertaining, because I think it's really cool. I know a lot of writers and directors and designers will actually purposely put stuff in the background for people like me or whoever's watching it to notice. And I think that's really cool. I know TV shows do that too. I know TV shows will purposely put something in the background in hopes that someone will see it. And I think it's really cool. And it makes me watch movies a lot closer, because I want to catch those little fun details in the background, because it just makes it so much more fun. And now I want to watch Final Destination, all of the movies, and see if there's like other foreshadowing, which I'm sure there's someone out there who's like, duh, like, I already knew this. I already knew the fact that there's these foreshadowings. But, like, don't harsh my vibe, basically. Like, I didn't notice them, and stuff like this makes me really excited, and I find it really interesting. And I'm sure there's someone else out there who does as well. But, yeah. So, I'm really excited about this time of year. My boyfriend and I are actually going to do a pub crawl on the 29th, which I've never done a pub crawl. I've never done a bar thing, crawl, whatever it is. We're going to wear onesies. It's going to be great. But I've never done that before because I don't drink very often. But I wanted to have this new fun experience, especially with my boyfriend. So we're going to do that. And I want to go to haunted houses with my sister. And I want to do a corn maze. So I want to try to make this October as fun as possible, with a lot of experiences as possible, because life is short and you should fill them with experiences and things that bring you joy as much as possible. So yeah, but thank you for joining me in this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, you're more than welcome to. You can hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you can be notified whenever I post. I do have some other fun spooky videos planned out, and I'm excited to make them, and I'm excited to share them with you. And I hope that you have a wonderful day and a beautiful night and a safe, spooky holiday. And this is Kat, signing off. Bye.